Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a junk doppel deck or synchron deck that I have not tested at all. I just basically put it together thinking like, okay, these kind of make sense together. Let's just put them together. Let's put max amount 333 because that's what you want to see, right? You want to see how it goes. And then as we go along, I'll be doing a test time video and see how consistent it is. So it'll be exciting because we're not sure how it's gonna do, because like the theory is there, right? The theory is, okay, this is meant to work with this, that's meant to do that, and then we'll see how it goes. Because like theory is cool, but consistency is another factor that you have to consider, because that's how you know, okay, I want to see this card, I don't really want to see this card. This card is important, but can be at 2 or 1, and then basically that's what's gonna be happening here. So for this deck list, keep in mind, I have not tested it. Few of the ideas I've mentioned before, and they're not really something new, but like some of you that are new to the channel, if you haven't been are aware of aware of the deck, you'll see it for the first time here. Because you play a triple Destrudo because you want to max out on the tuners, because you're playing the new junk connector card, right? So you play your triple Destrudo, triple quick draw. This is the before Lev Weeder, when Lev Weeder was around, before it was banned. This card and Lev Weeder were amazing because it gave you graveyard setup, and it gave you an interaction that you force your opponent to do, which was through Jet Synchron, right? Not Jet Warrior, because it bounced the card, so it forced your opponent to react. And then it gave you the level 1 that you need to just bring back with Doppel, which is so good. And then you have, of course, you have your Junk Synchron, right? This pretty much resurrects any level 2 or lower, any little guy in the deck. It just brings it back, which is a lot. You have a lot of level 2s lower, okay? And then of course, to round it off, you have your 3 Jet Synchron, your level 1 Synchron tuner, right? It's just, let's just see, right? Let's just see, okay? Because Junk Speeder is amazing. It can bring out any of these, and it's amazing. Then you have your non-tuners, right? Right, you have your Doppel Warrior, right? Doppel Warrior is just essential for any Synchron or Synchro deck that's hyper sequencing, right? Because it gives you the tuners that you need. It gives you more materials to keep on synchro summoning. And yeah, and of course you have your Cobalt Hedgehog. This one is a bit odd because its level is a bit odd. The only one it works with is with Junk Synchron, right? But the fact that it's a card that you don't really want in your hand, you want it in the grave. The minute it's in the grave, it'll give you the most benefits out of itself, right? Because when it's in your hand, like, it doesn't really do much, right? And then of course, for those of you that weren't around when I mentioned this and when I brought this up, this is a Cash Eve level 2 Cash Eve level 2 L2. So basically this is kind of like a level leader, kind of. So basically what it does, for those of you that don't know what it does, right? If this card is in your hand, you can target one level 3 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by exactly 2, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use this effect of cast once per turn. So essentially, this works with with your junk and your quick draw, which makes quick draw kind of like the similar dynamic that I had with Lev Weeder, because it lets you make Jet Warrior, right? So you get a Score to Cobalt, special this, reveal this, special this. It makes quick draw a level 3. So you can either go Junk Speeder if you know that there's no interactions, or you can go into Jet Warrior if you want to like bait stuff out. And if the warrior lives and then the summon is successful, that means you can recur that Jet Warrior if you synchro with it in the later turn, right? Which is what I like about it. And it's a level 2, which is why it's really, really good. Okay, so you play that. Then of course you have the new card, the new addition to the deck, Junk Converter, which is amazing. You discard this and any tuner, which is any of the top row, and add a Synchron monster from your deck to your hand, which is amazing. And then if you synchro summon with this, you can bring back a tuner in your graveyard. That's even better. Like, it's where you want recursion, you want to continue your synchro summoning, right? And then of course you have your I guess your garnets, like the cards that higher the ceiling of the deck, right? You have your Mare, your Junk Servant, your Synchron Carrier, because you can add this off of the Junk Converter, because Junk Converter adds any Synchron monster. And then of course you one floor Synchron, because I was thinking of playing Satellite set out the synchron. I mean, you could. You know what? Let's just add it right now. I mean, it was 40, but it's 41 now. Okay, let's just add this baby right. Let's just see how it goes. I guess you can add Synchro Chase. Let's just add it. Let's just go ahead and add it now too. Let's just go for it. Let's see how this goes. So it's the deck count is a 42. Okay, let's put this over here. Just one. Just if you see it, if you don't, it's you know, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, so Floor Synchron is there, right? Because you have a lot of level 2s. So if you synchro with this, you can just special summon from your hand, special drop from hand, special the cool that you don't want in hand, you know. And of course, Satellite Synchron was new. It came out with Junk Converter. It's like a Doppel Warrior. If a monster would be special summoned from your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it just you make him. So yeah, Stardust Charge, and you special this somehow, right? Makes level 4. Stardust Charge. You make where's Stardust Charge? Here. Right, it's a 6 plus 4, 10, right? Okay, that's it. Okay, so then let's go with the rest of the monsters, right? You put Glow Bulb, because Glow Bulb is just Glow Bulb. You know, it's like you've always just attached Glow Bulb to any Junk Doppel deck. So that's for the monsters. Like I said, it's just theory based, right? Of course, you can minimize the ratios. Like, okay, you can only resolve this once, so might as well just play once. Play one Cool Ball. It's just for toolboxy reasons. But this is just basically let's just see where this goes, right? As we go, I'm gonna do a separate video of like discussing the ratios, right? Okay, so then you have your tuning, and then this is a new card that just came out. Performer Pal Popper Up. So basically, for those of you that don't know what it does, you send up to 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard. Draw that many cards, then you can special summon up to that many monsters from your hand with different names that are Performer Pal monsters, Magician Pendulum monsters, and or Oddest monsters, each with a level between the pendulum scale of the 2 cards in your pendulum zone. If you did not special summon by this effect, you use 1,000 life points for each card in your hand. You can only use one of these for hand. So the only reason it's there is just basically just filter more, just draw power, and because you want to discard all these level 2s or lowers, right? You want to discard them. You want to get them to the grave, right? You want to discard them, discard this as well, so you can have junk live as fast as possible, and that's pretty good. Okay, then of course you have to call up at the grave because you want your junk converted to resolve. And the new addition, because this just got off the ban list, it just makes it to where you can just keep synchro summoning and just put back five synchros and then just continue the following turn, which is so good. And draw 2, that's crazy. Okay, and then of course you have your Reinforcement of the Army, you have your Fool's Barrier, and then the one I just added, Synchro Chase. For those of you that don't know what this does, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the effect activation of your synchro monsters with Warrior, Synchro, or Stardust in their original names. If you synchro summon a Warrior, Synchro, or Stardust synchro monster, you can target one monster in your graveyard, used as its material, special summon it in defense position. You can only use, so it's basically kind of like a Junk Converter. If you synchro summon with it, you bring back the one of the materials, which is, it's okay. But the only, like, I guess you could Excel Synchron, I guess you make Excel, bring back Doppel, or bring back Junk, or make Stardust Charge Warrior. You just bring back one of the materials. So that's pretty neat, I guess. But maybe I'm not sure if it's a 3 of, because you can only control just a 1 of. I guess that's just a 1 of. Let's just see where it goes. Just wait for the test hands. Just wait for the test hands. 1 for 1 because you want to just, like I said, just facilitate cards in the grave and bring out your level 1 tuners just to synchro summon it. Right? And that's the main deck. That is the main deck. I was thinking of main decking the Twin Twisters because like go in second, but let's just see where this goes with the deck profile, right? And the extra deck, because it's gonna be like a little mini like a little mini series of how the deck functions, right? Like after just putting theory together and just putting the cards, see what they do together. They seem to make sense, but then you have to like break it down later on. So the extra deck is gonna be, I'm gonna just do the test hands in a different video, all right? So get you like a little bit amped, a little hyped. Okay, how's it gonna turn out? Because it's exciting. You know how it's meant to be functioning. Like if in the back of your mind, okay, these cards work. Like you know that okay, the way they're meant to be like functioning together, right? But how do you do it when you just draw random hands? Because that's what it comes down to. Like you gotta make sure every card has synergy. Otherwise, it's just gonna be inconsistent. So that what I'm gonna do is with the extra deck, I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm gonna just go over 15 and then just see what the possibilities and what is the best like synchros that work with this particular build, right? So I'm just gonna, of course, there's more. I couldn't find the rest of my synchros, which is really weird, like really weird. It's like I know it was there and I can't find it. It's really weird. So I'm not gonna limit myself. I want to just see. This is not really meant to be there because you can't really make this guy. And I'm just gonna see what is the best like way to like I'll be like, because normally what I would do before when I like pre like links, right, when I would come up with synchro summoning, like the way I would build the extra deck, I would just like do test hands, right, and then I'll put like I'll keep a little tab of how many times I went into that particular synchro, and I'll put a little counter next to it, right? Like okay, I went to this guy like 5 times, I went to this guy 7 times, and then that's how you, I guess, gauge what extra deck monster is more consistently made with the particular main deck, right? Because you don't want to just be like accommodating extra deck monster with your deck, your main deck, because you're just selling yourself short. You're going out of your way to do this particular summon that it's costing you way too much when there's other options that better suit the main deck. Does that make sense? But yeah, this is just a showcase of the deck. I have not tested this. I just put it together. I was like, oh, this is how it's good. And then the next video, I'm gonna do a test hand, and I'll let you guys see. Okay, does it suck or is it like, oh, it's not bad? It has something going for it. But that's basically gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Hopefully excited for the next video. And that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.